Welcome. So I want to talk to you today about DevOps. DevOps is a culture, it's a mindset, it's a philosophy. It's a culture of collaboration, the rapid integration of teams, business functions, tools and systems. It's a culture of continuous improvement and continuous learning. It's about values and about practices and processes. DevOps is not a technique or a methodology. It's not a product, it's not a vendor, and it's certainly not a replacement or a competitor to other frameworks like Agile or Scrum or ITIL. In fact, it combines principles and practices from Agile, ITIL, Lean and other best practice frameworks. It's an umbrella that brings the best elements of the other frameworks together to deliver end-to-end value. DevOps is a new way of working. DevOps, putting it simply, is new IT. So to understand new IT, we first need to have a bit of an understanding of old IT. With old IT, we have different teams working on different aspects of a product or service. So there's a project team and then there's the operations team. Each team member has I-shaped skills. So they have a depth of understanding of their own role, but not necessarily what anyone on either side of them is doing. In the project team, the designers, the developers and testers each do their piece of work. Then there's a handoff to the next team member. At the end of the project, the product or service is deployed into production or operations. And at that point, it's handed over to the operations team, whose role is to monitor and support it. So in IT service management, there's this concept called dead cat syndrome, or throwing the dead cat over the wall, which doesn't actually harm any animals. It just means that at the end of each handoff, or at each handoff point, the deliverable, which is the product or service, is thrown over the wall to the next person. And that's what happens in old IT. There's little to no knowledge transfer of any known errors or any operating models or training, etc. So the people that understand the deliverable the best, those that developed it, they go off and work on the next project. Those that understand it the least have to deal with any incidents and problems that arise once it's in production. So in new IT, in DevOps, we have cross-functional teams. Each team is made up of members that are collectively responsible for the service, end to end. So team members cooperate right from the start to create more value for their customer. Team contains people with T-shaped skills, such as someone with both development and operational skills. The members perform all the development and operational activities to ensure that there's an end-to-end value stream. They still use Agile principles and practices from frameworks like Scrum, as well as operational principles and practices like change management and incident management from ITIL. So in old IT, all the team members tend to be I-shaped. They have a set of specialist skills to be able to perform their role. In new IT, in DevOps, everyone needs to become T-shaped. Classic example here is that of a sysadmin. So a good sysadmin will have great technical skills and know how to do things like look after Windows servers and perform backups, etc. But once those services have moved to the cloud, and especially if the business starts to develop software as a service or web or mobile apps, then those technical skills alone are not enough. Sysadmin needs to fill out the top of their T. They need a foundational understanding of both ITIL 4 and DevOps, as does the rest of the business. These two certifications provide an understanding of how to deliver end-to-end value through IT service management performed in a disruptive and transformative environment. They then need some understanding of Agile and cloud-based service management, as well as how to work with the organisation's chosen cloud platform, be that AWS, Azure, Google. And then the I-shaped sysadmin is transformed into a T-shaped DevOps engineer. So I hope this introduction to DevOps has given you a basic understanding of what it is. We'd love to hear from you with your feedback.